What's up, guys? About to start my streaming. This is probably gonna go on for a little while.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is how I'm gonna start a new little stream today, showing you what I was working on before I start getting the eyestrain, and what I hope to get back to once I'm back up and running again. Yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of my 3D work, which I hope to in my LinkedIn page. This, you might be wondering what's going on here. Well, what I decided to do was, if I just zone out a little bit, just a little bit to about here, and I come back here, to about here, and then I go into my render mode, let's say. Hopefully it works perfectly fine, we don't crash out. I can already hear my fans kicking in, so I'm hoping this works. And what's going to be happening here is I'm going to animate the camera spinning around on a cycle like so, but it's going to be a bit more on a level plane at like an angle like this. It's going to be about here, and my character, she's going to be running around as the camera orbits her in the room, and she's going to be fighting all the enemies, which is going to be a very interesting scene. I'm going to add highlights to it and all whatnots, just to make it that little bit more fun. Now if I come back into this mode, I get to show you something else. This was one of the clips that I had recently uploaded. So if I pull this back, where we start from is what I have animated, and you're gonna have to bear with me, but my frames have fallen like crazy, but we're just gonna have to deal with that in a minute. So she comes walking in like this, and it's the same clip where my other character, she's gonna be fighting like crazy. I can introduce that character in a little minute actually. But she walks into the scene, and then she's like walking to the battle area. But this is not actually going to be a she, it's going to be a he. But I didn't have a male model at the time that I had rigged to do this, so I used this model instead. So it's like he done everything invertedly. So now we can see her walking at like this angle. And well, yeah, so I animated that, and I'm sorry that it's in a very low quality, poor quality state, but this is the animation that I was working on. And so what I'm gonna do with this is it's gonna be kind of like I'm going to do an intervention with it using a second I don't know what you call it, a second platform, a 2D platform, to help me accomplish a more in-depth feel, to make it more cartoony. And this is going to be one of the guys that walk towards the battle scene and trying to turn over the battleground in their advantage, which was something that I was obviously very excited working on before I had began getting all this eyestrain stuff. Also, this might be something that you might be familiar with, that I recently uploaded. Properties, just give me a second. So here, these are some of my like really old clips or environments. So here what we're seeing, if I turn this off, you might get a better view. Some of the I was getting ready to do an airport. I've uploaded on, I think you will find it on my LinkedIn, or maybe my art station, where I have like a plane flying from one side to the screen to the other side. Give me a second, let's see if I can. There we go. So now I can focus on this plane specifically. So as you can see, like I was trying to create a plane, an original model, something I created my darn self, of course. So yeah, so I want to create a because this was roughly when I took a trip over to Korea, and I was fascinated with how planes worked, and so I really wanted to create a plane of my own. That was the plane that I actually used. This was the one that this was a plane that I used in that scene that I've got posted up everywhere. So it's like it's got like a little picture here. I can't remember if it was supposed to mean anything, and you know, Glaze Airlines, you know, levitate off and become Patience Heaven, you know. And so like so once I took that flight out, which was actually the very first time I'd ever flown anywhere, I became very interested in planes and airports and stuff, and so I wanted to create my own. And so this was a project, or is a project, that I'm working on, that I would like to actually apply to my wholesome work, not just a promo. I don't think I've got this in a rendered format because I was working on it. It's not like I had finished it. So yeah, and also what I would like to do before I do leave is address that what I would like to get into is explaining a lot of my own ideas of physics, because I've gotten into physics lately, like pretty hard, and I have my own agendas on how I believe space itself might work. And so it's something that I want to try and explain in a way that I would like to have people understand, to help them come to terms with how I want my world to be understood, you know, which should be fun. So this was something else I was working on as well. So I believe you can see here that my craft is actually moving across the plane here. It's actually a spaceship, a short sauna spaceship, and it moves over here towards the ocean. I believe it's just a blue ocean. Yeah, so as you can see, I've got everything mapped out. I don't know why it's like this, but I've got it in cycles in a minute. Let's go back into Eevee before we crash out or something. I've got magnet on. So yeah, this was you know, a few things that I've been working on, trying to get used to, trying to create and build in order to create an environment that should be fun to watch for not just myself but all of us, of course. This is obviously something else. You just bear with me. Campfire. It's another scene. It's working on fire, of course. Don't think I was satisfied with this one. This is obviously supposed to be a hell of a lot smaller. So it's supposed to be about here, somewhere here, but we don't leave the shape of the thing. Yeah, so I want to try and create fire. Haven't really fully got around to that yet, but as you can see, that's how it's gonna look. I guess it's loaded up, so if I click play, you know, I've done a few fires and I've uploaded some. That's pretty neat, I'll say. Yeah, you can tell me what you think of this one, if you think I should carry on with it, if you think I could do a better job from what you've seen. Yeah, I'll say it's pretty fun. I'd love to use it in a battle scene as well, which is why I'm trying to learn how to use flame. Probably even get physics around it as well, so I can actually use it in an environment as a battle scene. We've got Fire Temple here. So just a strong little recap, showing you what I'm capable of, showing you what I've been working on, etc. This.
You gotta admit, it's a good look. Besides, I know how to make you angry. Jane
is actually a very important scene. There's a scene I've actually voice clipped where my character comes walking in and he sees Jade does something, and he says, besides, I know how to mount. He's practically up here with Jade and she's going to be tied up. So this is again that temple scene, the same thing where you saw Jade's rotation. This is another version of that. So if I turn this up so we can see the rendered version, and this was as well as trying to apply fire to. As you can see, my colouring at this stage was not all that great, at least so it seems, but we'll see once it loaded up. I thought this was the finished load, but yeah, as you can see, it's not looking all that great. At this stage, I don't think I really, well, it looks like I've got toon shade going on, but I don't think I really know it's a toon shade at this time. But as you can see, I've got a little bit of fire in this scene going on, but it doesn't come out all that good. Maybe it will if I go to cycles. Let's just give it a quick check. It falls, please continues. Guess not. I will go back to Eevee, and yes, as you can see, it's got like the trees outside, or fairies, as it were. As you can see, the pillars look a bit more gold, and they're fully gold, as in structurally all around. There's the door. This is going to be a little fight scene region. So you might have seen this clip online, you know, but this is, you know, the actual finished side to it kind of thing, you know. And if I click play, then you get a nice animation with the wilder, I should assume, if it starts, but it's not going to be all that good because, you know, the computer's got quite a lot of stuff going on at the moment. I'll just ensure that you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Yes, you are. So that was that scene. I think this is version 1 of that scene. Looks to be exactly the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same. We don't need to worry about that one. Oh, I can't remember what this one is. Oh, this is my underground train station. Tram station. I don't think I've animated it yet, have I? We got little movements going on, but I didn't animate the tram at this stage. See, like, these guys are kind of simulating getting ready to get onto the tram. So if I click pause and I should be able to come closer and give it a little. As you can see, it uses magnetism to float around. I haven't really upgraded it or anything yet, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. We can go inside, check out some of the seats, and you can see I've done like an extensive modeling system, and I will probably deck it out again at some stage, but not yet. I like to work on all my things, I like to take everything, you know, like work on things in progressions. As you can see, I've got the lighting up on the ceilings, and over here, if I remember precisely, I have like these doors. I don't think this would be the color of the flooring, but it was just something that I came up with at that time. And so yeah, so if I quickly fly into the camera mode, as you can see, so it's gonna look something, and then I'm gonna use this for my characters and all, of course. Another environment, and save. I think this would be it again. Yeah, this is me getting ready to. I think I was prepping it. I will come out of edit mode, go to objects. Good, know what's going on there. I can edit. No, go to objects. I could know what's happening there. We go back. Yeah, so I forgot that happens, but whatever that happens, God he knows. I can show you in a finish mode. You can see I've got seats on both sides, so I think I was gonna go with that version, but I don't know. I'll see what happens when I get back, when I'm able to get back to it. Anywho, oh yeah, we've got this one, which is oh, what's this? Is this correct? Bike? Yeah, no, this is something entirely different. Oh, we've got waterfall, but I don't see the waterfall there. I think this is the one I was telling you about. Alright, so this is me coming up with, whoa, this is actually a scene. This is Mel's scene. So this is me actually creating the bike, Mel's bike, that he might go to Synergy, which is right there. And I'm trying to create an environment, but this is when I was first getting into it, so the environment's not as good as it could have been. But if I go into rendered mode or object mode, and then I go maybe into rendered mode, you might have seen this clip places here and there, and it looks like the lights kind of came off of, but you know, so it takes a bit of time to load in, unfortunately. But yeah, so this was yeah, her bike scene. As you can see, I've got the star system going on. I put the twilights, that's her vehicles, you know, so and then she's going towards Synergy, the sun, you know, and you know, the environment, the bridge, buildings, you know, so so I'm actually having I was actually having a blast before I started realizing that I was coming into eyestrain. All these things here are actually copy dubs. So this was before I realized how to actually create a city the proper way. But as you can see, this looks pretty neat. I think it's supposed to be fire, but I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do with it yet. And then obviously I can come here. You can see this is glass. So I can come this way. I can see into a vehicle, as it were. It's more reflective, it seems, from the outside, but I believe you can see out from the inside. So see, yep, it looks like I can, and then that's a vehicle. And as you can see, I've gone to town trying to model, but I'm not fully done with this one yet. It's something that I will get back to. I should actually rename it while I can. The camera, and then we can kind of scale across, and you know, it's actually animated at this point. I'll see if I can't put it into finish mode version. Yeah, so that's not really fully happening. So yeah, so I'll probably show that one off to you guys a bit later. Do I load up for us? Do I load up for us? This one. This is a scene, a very important scene as well for one of my characters. As you can see, this is a brick wall. I created, I damn near placed every brick. And this is a replica of a location which I actually lived. If I go into rendered mode, this is my character's bike. Load. 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 So there we go. So if I was to come down here before I take it out on that map, well, you can see that I've got the brick wall. I haven't really coloured anything yet, but if I and what I can do is I can now come here and I can show you a little bit of my bits and bobs. That's how my room kind of was at the time. And if I come in, and maybe I can now come onto this, and this would have been, so what I've done is I've taken my room and I've made it my character's room. So I had like this little desk table at the time, and it was I had a TV, a monitor at the time, whether or not I can stress the model that it was, and this was my computer, the memory, and I've got my my power supply down here. So I actually go to town when I'm modeling. I don't just say I'm just gonna put like this there and this there. I actually do go to town. The reason being is because I say to myself, if a time does ever come where I intend to explore my room, my character's room, and I want people to feel involved, then I hope to get real immersed. So anyway, what it is as you can see here, I've actually got my character. I've got this uploaded as well, but not in such depth. So you can see my character here, and I did a flag. And what's going to happen is she'll get up, and I just animated her very briefly. About here, it's going to be good. So it's gonna take a little while, but here she kind of like gets up and then she just stretches out and etc. But it's actually done in like a 3D space, as you can see. Like stuff that I was just having fun with, and I think I can call that a day. I don't know what this is. Oh, this was how I used to model my characters in order to get stuff done. I don't know if I've got, yeah, you can see I've got physics going on here. If I just put this on pause, I'll ensure that you can see what I'm seeing. Yeah, you can see. So as you can see, I've got like a little physics simulation going on here. So here, this is how I got this working. I was using the it's not gonna highlight. It's cool, totally fine. Well, anyway, I was using the wind physics to get this to work, and seems like I did a relatively good job. If I put this on pause and I go over to here, alright, so that's how it was looking. I didn't really get around to putting any color to this, but
So here I decided to start the this was one of my other projects that I had, where it's Jade again in a temple scene, and that box on the wall is supposed to have a picture in it, but I had to remove it for technical issues. But as you can see, I've got the gold that's kind of like flawless on all the pillar posts in this scene. We don't have the door behind it in this scene because I want to go more with a more dojo feel, as she was training at this stage. The idea and the goal was to have her walking across that white mat that she's standing on, rather than to have that scene that I showed you earlier where Bundia walks into the room and he goes to save her, she's tied up. And so this was, by the way, one of my first attempts doing 3D animation, and I was able to have my character step from one side to another, as you can see here, which I accomplished. I modeled everything, the whole environment. Once again, all the environments that you've seen throughout this video, I've modeled my dark self. And so it's 100% my content. And also I'd like to address that the music that you will hear in the background from this point onward is all fully composed by myself. Some complete, some not complete, but I was finally able to get my name tattooed to them, as it were. And so I'm able to allow you to hear those at the moment. Fortunately and finally, I guess I can say. But yeah, so as you can see, I've gone as far as to put toon shading on all the material. So everything the whole environment is practically toon shaded. As you can see on the cream wall behind her, you've got two different shades of the same color. The same with the post, and when I load up another scene, but the same with the floor as well. So it took me a while to figure out how to do the toon shades and stuff, but once I got a hang of it, I was able to take full advantage of it. This scene here is a scene where I took it from a property that I was in at the time, and I decided to use it for my character because I actually planned this scene about, well, a good few years back. Darn it, where I first started getting into 3D animation, and this design of property was the exact design that I had in mind for my character. He's like supposed to be sitting by the window, and the scene plays out from that point. I got the checkered floor going on, the black and white. I hadn't fully materialized the property yet, but I'm sure you can get the gist at this point. I went ahead and I decked it out with windows, which I will showcase later. You can see them here, completely transparent as well, might I add. You can see the windows here, so you can see through. I'll probably elevate the walls in a little bit as well, just to give you a keen sense of being inside here. I'll do that. Go ahead and do that for you now. I'll highlight these parts here so I can interact with them. But I've got the bathroom, preparing the bathroom in this scene, the kitchen, the bedroom. I'm pretty sure I'll showcase the bedroom in other clips. I'll probably upload a few more videos that we may see this room in a bit more detail. But if you go through my LinkedIn and my YouTube, you'll see this video posted up where I have the room in a bit more detail for you to see. But here you got like a more immersive, I guess you could say, interactive kind of the immersion's a bit more with us at this stage, I will say. I haven't got no doors in this scene at the moment, but that's something that I will get up for us at some stage or another. Now this scene was very important, and the reason why is because this is what actually got me starting my promo to start with. As you can see at the bottom of the screen here, we've got 4 cubes that's coming into the screen. They symbolize my characters. You can see I've got like an environment, trucks and buses and trams moving in this scene. I've got cubes set throughout the scene because I'm going to populate the scene. And it was when I did this scene, I said to myself, I was actually going to start my promo because I've taken my environment skills to another level, as it were. You can see that I've got better textures on my trees. As you can see here, they've got a toon shade on them. I've gone with that more kind of Ghibli style. I decorated the lamps myself, I modelled those myself, the tram. The tram was actually supposed to have a hologram on it, but the picture didn't load up with the scene, unfortunately. But I will try and get that done for you, show that off in another video, hopefully. There's also a second part to this video. This is like the husky part of the day. I also have when it's nighttime, and the lake is actually placed within this scene. What I'm very unsatisfied about actually is that I was supposed to have like a post box in this scene, and you know, a few other decors that I was supposed to show off, but I hadn't had them uploaded at this point. But as you can see, my scene is fully interactive. It's got that immersive feel. You can see I've got the toon shade going on in this scene as well, which was something that I found crucial to obviously get a hang of, because obviously my art is based on, you know, a toon shade environment. So I wanted to be able to make it more immersive for myself and my viewers, so that you know, you kind of get a feel of my characters as they're traversing throughout their world. Here I'm trying to show how I've modelled my tram and even the trees. You can see more of those cubes here, the fence kind of thing, and it's like a bridge that I modelled out. I haven't really gone to town with modelling inside the tram yet, which is why I went for the windows, where you can't really, windows are not transparent, but I think I might leave it that way anyway, because you know, it needs so much information if you're not going to be using the information. As you can see, I've got the city out there in the background, which I found a way to take advantage of. I can make a huge city now without using copy paste all the time on a single object or a few single objects to make it seem as if I have a big city. Again, if you look on my LinkedIn and my YouTube, you'll see how I've achieved this. And at this point here, what I'm trying to showcase is these textures. I'm able to manipulate them in real time. And so my idea and the goal for this is to use these textures, hopefully in the future, as like special effects for the characters, and maybe you know, when they're using their powers, or maybe even just for environmental use. So they're completely well, they'll be well timed, as it were. So that was a goal with this one. It's not modular, but I've forgotten the word that we use. But this scene here is actually my hospital scene, which is going to, you saw me, I've uploaded an elevator scene clip with one of my characters traversing up the elevator. I got it from this environment here. It took me a little while to model the elevator. It was slightly tricky, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. But it will be a dark scene, and what's apparently happening with my character will enter into this environment. I've got a picture again up on my LinkedIn, and I think I'll put it on my DeviantArt, so you'll be able to go and see roughly the idea I have in my mind for how my character will look within the scene. I haven't edited it yet, but it is something that I will do. But you can see the kind of detail I've gone to, the lengths I've gone to with detail upon the escalator, or should I say escalators. But with this particular environmental scene, I found it was better to break it up into segments rather than to fit everything into one plot, because it, especially on my current working platform, it does take a lot of memory. Here you can see that I've modeled myself a hospital bed. The cube beside the hospital bed is supposed to symbolize, or it's supposed to, well, it's for I guess you could say reference. It's a reference for the basic human size and build. So as you can see, it's like roughly the same size as a chair, and you can picture it laying in a hospital bed. It was 6 foot by 3 or something. And so this is that same hospital scene, but in more depth, as you can see. So I've gone to town with modeling a hospital bed. And it's not just a hospital bed it's not the only hospital bed I've modeled. That's how the scene probably may actually really look. It's going to be a pretty dark scene. And I've modeled another style of hospital bed, which I will hope to showcase to you in just a moment. But what I will do is I will borrow some lights from the scene in due time. And the purpose for this will be to show you the effects of how the light works with the toon shade that I've been able to model up for myself. Also, it's important for me to mention that what I have been doing is working on cross-hatching, I believe you call it, where you can kind of get different styles of toon shades that you can place upon your models, or you can put in your scenes, etc, etc. So I do have a few other videos that I would like to upload, and for this video in particular, I probably will break into segments to make it easier for other viewers that don't have the time to watch it all in one go. But yeah, here you are. You can see where my filming angle will be. You can see just how dark the environment is for my scene, which is perfect for me to work with. It will be a challenge to tackle in certain ways, I guess you could say. Here I've employed the light to showcase what the light will be like once active in the scene, and if active in this part of the scene. I found it very important to allow my characters to feel as feel involved in the scene as I do. I tend to find if I feel like I'm working in a bland area, then my work comes out feeling just that bit more bland. But if my location actually feels like a location, then I feel like it's easier for me to get in tune with my character's expressions, emotions, and feelings, and I'm able to keep as tense and gripped as they are, or So with all this stuff, it makes it easier for me myself to work alongside my characters as it works. So as you can see here, we get different shades of colors upon my materials, and and my my models also on the floor here. So this was all stuff that I had to try and do myself. So I have to know. I mean, I'm not finished working on it yet, but I was relatively satisfied with the results that we're seeing before us now. And so yeah, so this is or was one of the other aspects of the hospital scene, a bit more cleaned up and a bit more prepped for work. I do want to add a lot more to the scene. As you can see, I've got doors ready. I just need to insert them into their destined locations. And I believe this scene is going to be one of the selling points of my work, because I want to put a lot of time into this portion of the promo, especially. So this is why I found it impossible to make my 3D models, from the 2D versions of the characters. It was imperative that I made them into 3D models. Before I continue, this bit here, what I'm showcasing is the materials that I place upon the chairs, and what I'm going to try my best to showcase at this point is the materials that I place at the bottom of the chair. Because they have a certain material that I found interesting at the time, which I do want to try and bring into my promo. I want to try and showcase it from a certain angle in order to get that reflective notion, which we'll see in just a few moments. I've got a thing for this bit because it's like a kind of distorted style reflection, as it were, rather than a kind of like a direct reflection. Things kind of wrap and bend, which I tend to find very hard to draw free-handedly. So as I was trying to mention before, drawing certain characters from certain angles free-handedly, especially if they're wearing ornaments or holding onto a certain amount of decals that I'm not used to seeing on a daily basis or drawing on a daily basis, can make drawing at certain angles very, very tricky. But if you have references to help you tackle those aspects, it does make it a lot easier for you to not only accomplish your task, but to accomplish your task in a very easier and efficient manner. Here, this was the globe that I was working on. The goal was to try and get the atmosphere. Now, as you can see from the outside, I have the atmosphere, but I tend to find that once I descend myself upon my world and I look skyward, it's almost as if there is no atmosphere. So I haven't found a way to tackle that bit yet, but I'm having a lot of fun tackling that. But as you know, due to my health problems, I'm unable to work with that at the moment. But once I'm back up and running, I will most certainly have a lot of fun tackling that little crisis that I was faced with. I don't believe I was ever able to work around that, but I believe I can tackle that. This thing here with the tree on it, that's a very important structure within my work, and I can't wait to bring it down.